There are some people who have been searching for articles from scholars from different countries that uh, belittle Korea. They upload these harsh articles on internet sites and blogs, including YouTube. I'd like to say a word to them. So scholars and professors from all over the world are criticizing only Korea? In a Korean blog site, Professor K in such university in the States said, "Are these people really professors?" And there are many translated and distorted videos cropped from Korean articles or Korean scholars' opinions. And the only thing that those numerous scholars are doing is to highlight the superiority of Japan compared to Korea. If Japan is so superior, then why do they compare Japan to only Korea? Don't they need to compare Japan to other countries? Is the culture comparable? Isn't it a try to neglect the uniqueness of culture? Several months ago, I encountered a video with the title of "The Writing of a German Who Was Impressed by Korea," and I recommended this video to a man, self-claimed Korean, whom I met, who I met. And as usual, there was an ugly comment made by Korean IDs. Japan loves peace, so does Korea. I believe almost all countries love peace. As far as I know, Korea never invaded any country in the past. I think this writing represents the sad story of the two countries, so I will read it here. This is the writing of German and the name of Stefan Miller posted in his homepage. Do you like impress stories? I recommend you to open a map for the better understanding of this story. You will see the Korean peninsula in between and China. And there it is Korea. This story is about a marathoner from this small country. As it's seen on a map, this country is in the between China and Japan. But this country never lost its own autonomy. And people in this country like the word nation more than country. In one summer, a photo which I happened to see drew me deeply to an impressive story of this country, no, this nation. In the Olympics in Berlin in 1936, two Japanese got first and third place, but the Japanese winners had the saddest faces that people ever could make at the podium in medal ceremony. What an incomprehensible photo it was. What made these people to stand at the podium with sad face? Korean youth had to give up their own dreams in the agony and hardship in Japanese colonial period. And they expressed their anger running. They defeated so many competitors and went to the Olympics. They ran and ran. What could they think about while they were running? They got victory, so they stood at the podium for the medals. But instead of Korean flags, there they went Japanese flags. The faces of these young men, their heads were bent down. They might not want to show their shame and sad face to anyone. And a Korean newspaper delivered this news. They erased the Japanese flags in the photo. Japan seized the paper. The simple and ignorant oppression of Japan. The story didn't end here. At last, this nation achieved liberation. After going through one war, this nation finally became richer than many countries with the miracle of Han River. And in 1988, Korea became the Olympic host country, the nation who wasn't able to attach their flag on their uniform 52 years ago, became one of the Olympic hosting countries. At the opening ceremony, the person who was handed over the torch from a young marathoner was Song Ki-jong, the saddest and shameful winner of that day in 1939. This gray-haired marathoner seemed so happy, like a 3-year-old kid. It wasn't made by any director, but the history itself allowed this kind of grave, stunning scene. It was said that all the Koreans were able to pay the old debt to him, and vice versa, which has been too hard to be outspoken. I hoped that this was the end of the story, because I wanted that this impressive story could be preserved for long. Korea has acquired the gold medal that they lost 52 years ago. 4 years later, the Seoul Olympics, a young Korean marathoner crowned the ruler wreath bearing out the Japanese and German marathoners in the Barcelona Olympics. When the Korean national flag was raised up, Hwang Young-jo did honor, shedding tears with putting his right hand on his left chest. Then he ran to the sad, misfortune marathoner, who marathoner to the stands and presented the gold medal with his own honest respect toward him. Song Ki-jong, who was hugging Hwang Young-jo, was speechless. This story gave me the faith of the human, and I felt so pleased. Koreans overcame their hardship not with the violence, falsehood, and fight, but with their indomitable will. This story shows the nation who turned their sad, tearing history to happy tears. Koreans showed the dignity of a human country nation which had never been seen in any other nations before. Go to the libraries and find the picture of the two Koreans at the medal ceremonies in Berlin Olympics. At that moment, you will be the happiest person in the world ever. Thank you.